test. Sterling High School, Channel 19, winner of the National Emmy Award for the Best Live Game Broadcast.
You're watching Sterling High School, Channel 19, serving Hynella, Laurel Springs, Magnolia, Summerdale, and Stratford.
For the first time since 1971, Sterling is South Jersey champ.
Went on to become the New Jersey Tournament of Champions winner. South Jersey's never won it before. So the Sterling Lady Knights and that string thing. South Jersey is well represented now.
Sterling is going to the championship game.
Gloucester City won the toss. They're going to receive the kickoff in the first half.
Looks like he's fouled there. Put it on the desperation shot. There you go. It's good. It's good.
And welcome in everybody to the castle for some more Sterling football action. Your 4-0 Silver Knights will host the Gloucester Catholic Rams, who sit at 0-4 currently. And some perfect football weather. We take a look at 78 degrees. Winds at about 5 miles per hour. Humidity at 60. It's partly cloudy. It's been hot all day. But we felt it. They're definitely going to feel it a little more in the pads. Take a look at the Royal standings. Sterling stands above all at 3-0, 4-0 overall. Clayton tying them in the divisional, but 3-1 overall. 2-1 and 2-2 sits the Pittman Panthers. Gateway at 1-1, 3-1. And then we see Gloucester Catholic at 0-2, 0-3. Haddon Township and Canyon Mastery follow. It's been an interesting season for both these sides. Sterling showing up with 40 offensive points a game and only allowing about a touchdown a game. Meanwhile, Gloucester Catholic they're getting a field goal a game and allowing 45 a game. Home and away, Sterling's yet to lose at home. Meanwhile, the Rams didn't win at all, but they haven't won their one-away game. And the last time Sterling beat Gloucester Catholic was 2024, and the Rams have not recorded a win over the Silver Knights. Take a look at the overalls here. 85-127 in the ribbon in the league, 39-74, 44-61 for Sterling. Last division title was in 05, 2 decades back. Take a look at Gloucester Catholic now. Only a few more losses than Sterling has, and in the league they're a little more close to 500. They're home and away, a little more off kilter, and they have not got a division title to their name. So they're going to be fighting. Take a look at the series history. Sterling has yet to lose to the Gloucester Catholic Rams. They won in both 2024, and then prior to that, 74, 75, and 76. They hadn't lost to them in any of those span of 3 years. We'll let the players introduce themselves for a moment, and we'll be right back at with you, hopefully with the kickoff.
Will Nicholas, Jr., tight end DM, Stratford.
Joseph Carter, Senior, strong safety, Magnolia.
Jaden Davis, Senior, running back, linebacker, Philadelphia.
Jaden Elliott Ward, Senior, receiver, onside.
Nolan Giles, Senior, wide receiver, Stratford.
Jermaine Stewart, Jr., running back and safety, Summerdale.
Justin Sly, Senior, cornerback and receiver, Laurel Springs.
Sean DeWalt, Senior, wide receiver, Berlin.
Albert Manarolo, Senior, right tackle, Magnolia.
Jake Churchill, Senior, defensive tackle, Magnolia.
Rene Camacho, Jr., middle linebacker, Laurel Springs.
Daniel Capobianco, Jr., left tackle, Lindenwald.
Jeremy Clark, Jr., kicker, Stratford.
Gabriel Tirado, sophomore, receiver, Magnolia.
Liam Crawford, Jr., center, Laurel Springs.
Chase Bergowski, Jr., linebacker, wide receiver, DN, Laurel Springs.
Alice Chambry, Jr., quarterback, Camden.
Riley Sharp, Jr., running back, Defford.
Mason Boyd-Neal, Jr., defensive tackle, Laurel Springs.
Julian O'Donnell, Senior, linebacker, guard, Magnolia.
Jaden Williams, Jr., outside linebacker, Stratford.
Desi Mullen, sophomore, left guard, D tackle, Summerdale.
Garrett Battolini, Senior, quarterback, Washington Township.
Tito Hammond, sophomore, DB receiver, Summerdale.
Taim Sally, Senior, wide receiver, Magnolia.
It goes far back to a nice kick, and the punt return doesn't look too promising. They'll smother it. He'll be around the 15. Take a look at our starting defense. Number 12 and number 19, Justice Schley and Robert Hammond are the corners, as well as the safeties in between, JoJo Carter and Briley Sharp. The linebacker core looking like Rene Camacho, Chase Baragowski, and Jaden Williams. Julian O'Donnell and Will Nicholas on the edge, while DT's Jake Churchill and Mason Neal Boyd lock it down in between. This has been a really solid wall of defenders throughout this whole season. It seemed like they've been hard to penetrate throughout the whole time. I mean, no run has really worked against them. How does it feel if you're Gloucester Catholic going into playing against a defense like that?
I mean, it's going to feel really tough to get past a defense like this Sterling Knights team who hasn't brought up very many touchdowns this season at all. It's going to be a tough time for Gloucester Catholic to really get by this defense.
Start with a handoff, and example as expected, only got about maybe a yard on that rush.
And this is a Gloucester Catholic team that's really struggling with numbers. I believe there's only 16, from what I counted, on the entire varsity roster out here on the field. So definitely a struggle coming in here at 0-4. And on Sterling's end, you just want to play it like any other game. Do what you have to do, execute, and come out of this game injury-free.
Sterling, after a good start, only allowing a yard. Ball on the 21. The Rams got to make something happen, and early if they want to catch Sterling off guard. Snap. They'll hand it off again. Smothered once more. Might have been a tackle for loss, and they'll be with 3rd and long.
I mean, this defensive line right now is just looking beautiful. Every game, it's going to be rough to get by, as you see right here. The running back just gets smothered right here by, looks like, number 99, Mason Boyd-Neal.
Yeah, Mason Boyd-Neal's job is just to hold up the offensive lineman, but he does that and makes the tackle. He's just done an outstanding job this year. We saw even last week against a very good Gateway team, people just could not move him.
Such an agile guy off the block, too. He'll get off of it and immediately smother whatever you need. He'll chase after the ball, too, on plays like that.
And that is one scary man to get chased by.
Most definitely. 3rd and 10. Ball on the 20. Gloucester Catholic need a good play. A lot of pressure coming in. Bobbled and dropped. It'll be a 3-and-out situation. Sterling with a good first defensive drive.
I mean, that was great pressure right there by the Sterling Knights. It looks like number 52, Rene Camacho, just got off the quarterback right before he got the ball out. Or no, number 50. Julian O'Donnell, that actually looked like.
Showing out for senior night if we take a look here. It's both Will Nicholas and Julian O'Donnell. Camacho is back in coverage.
And this is obviously an offensive line that's overwhelmed, but even with that, Catholic actually almost completed that.
Yeah, the punt, he got smashed on that. Drops it at midfield. Around the 40 will be where Sterling has the ball. Penalty marker, though. Starting off with some dirty laundry.
I mean, Gloucester Catholic came up with the ball.
It looked like Braden Startar might have gotten it. But we'll take a look at what our ref of the day, Mr. Ben Henderson, has to say. I'm assuming it might be some sort of maybe illegal block in the back or something like that, because there's such a hodgepodge, it's hard to tell.
On the receiving team, 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, remains 4th down.
Let's take a look here. It might have been called a roughing the kicker, maybe, from Will Nicholas. Ooh. Oh.
Let's look at this. Oh. Okay, it doesn't look like he didn't touch the ball. Let's see. Yeah, he didn't even. No, he was on the other shoulder, and his body got in there, and his hand didn't even come close to touching it.
Looks like he was trying to block the kicker more than he was trying to block the kick.
It's going to be another punt here.
Almost the same situation. Looks like it might have been tipped that time. Goes up, still bounces around. About the same position as it would have been for Sterling after what could have been a costly penalty, could have given them a lot worse field position. This offense gets to start right where they would have. We see QB Gary Battolini, another senior showing out, as well as Josh Hernandez and Nolan Giles as the tailback and receiver. Jaden Ollie Ward and Taheem Sally also out there, as well as Will Nicholas at the tight end, rounding out the offensive weapons. Then AJ Panarello, Julian O'Donnell, Liam Crawford, Jake Churchill, and Desi Mullen, all taking up the offensive line slots. And they've been really solid throughout this. Gary Battellini's not faced too much pressure, and when he has, he's still been able to get out of it.
I mean, yeah, this has just been a great offensive team this year. As you can see, they were averaging about 45 points, 40 points this season. It's been great offensively and defensively for this whole team. As here's a run by number 11, Briley Sharp, and he gets away.
Going, and gone. One play's all you need to put 6 on the board. Sterling takes it early quick. Lead, lovely play.
I mean, that was just a great play all around with the offensive line giving them a perfect gap to get right through to get 6 on the board early. As you can see here, it's just a wide open gap for number 11, Briley Sharp. There's nothing much you can do with the speed like his.
Briley Sharp, the junior. And I mean, if you take a look, it's exactly what we thought we'd see from the O-line. They parted it straight for him. He had nothing but green to run on.
Yeah, just picking up where the defensive line left off in a dominating 3 plays to start things off. And offensively, on the first play, you see the real good push and obviously a real good hole. Great shot from that end zone camera.
Here's a kick from number 19, Jeremy Clark.
He's been on it all season.
He has been.
Kicks up and good. It'll be 7-0. Gloucester Catholic was. Take a look here.
I mean, it's just a perfect gap from this offensive line. There's nothing much you can do with the speed like Briley Sharp has.
We saw an immediate, it was flattening of the line from Panarello. He gave them no time to react.
And we're going to see more, just with the way, everything you hear, and obviously going into this game as we look at the replay again, this is a Gloucester Catholic team that's overwhelmed, and it's going to be even more so when you talk about guys playing on both sides of the ball.
If we look again, no one was really there to chase him. Even when they were, they had kind of taken a second. They were like, that one's 6. We had to let that one go, preserve some stamina. And Briley Sharp, I mean, he's been on it all season, Briley Sharp. You look for the drone cam, immediately flattens out the whole line. And there's nowhere to go but that blue rectangle that means you scored.
You're back. Your eyes are going to light up when you see a hole like that.
So get ready to kick it off to the Rams once more. Silver Knights up 7-0 only a few minutes after the play has started. And Clark will send this one off. Drops around the 25, picked up around the 20, and the return's coming. Uriah Birdsong gets to about the 30 before he's stopped by Rene Camacho. And Sterling, I mean, they've been very reliable at not letting too much happen on those returns. I feel like we haven't seen any returns against the Sterling side throughout the season get too close to midfield. They're really good at maintaining solid field position for themselves. Gloucester Catholic, they already had an uphill battle heading into this one, but now they've got even more so. Already down 7, only a few minutes in. Surely the game plan is try to sell them on the run, try to get a couple of short passes going, try to gain 4 a play. Lazorka gets the snap. They'll hand it off. Birdsong again, tries to get outside, goes a whole lot of nowhere. On the line of scrimmage, will be taken down by number 7, Nolan Giles.
I mean, it's just going to be really hard for this offense of Gloucester Catholic to really power through this defensive line of the Sterling Knights. It's, as we said, really strong. It's going to be hard to get by anyone on this team in the D-line. Even in the backfield, we got some strong guys who are going to power up and maybe even sack the quarterback a few times this game.
It wasn't bad thinking at all from Birdsong to try and get around. It was a late cut, but he tried to make it sort of counter run. Sterling was just there for it. They'll line up again. Quarterback Mike Lazorka, the junior, hasn't had much space to himself in the pocket throughout these first couple of drives. 2nd and 14. Fakes the handoff. Looking to throw. Goes deep with it. Finds Sterling gloves. Interception. It could go for another 6, and it will. Justice Schley makes it 13-0. And the offense don't have to get out onto the field again.
As a touchdown.
Gloucester Catholic, take a look at it again. want to see just how much pressure he was dealing with. It wasn't much. It was just really good coverage of where the ball was going to go.
And a great job using his body to shield the defender in going up for the ball. Actually, the quarterback had a little bit of time on that one, but obviously you throw into double coverage like that, that's something that's going to happen right there.
One of those plays where if he has a short route, it can go somewhere, but it was a matter of they wanted to get as many yards as they could. It just wasn't the situation they were going to be able to make work. Clark will look to kick again.
Penalty marker on the field.
Penalty marker prior to the snap.
False start, offense, 5-yard penalty, redo the try.
We'll go back 5 yards for the kick attempt. However, knowing Jeremy Clark, that might not affect him too much. You want to try and find where this false start is.
Oh, no, there's a replay of the pick.
Interception. That one's on me. See this there?
I mean, that's just a great read right there. And he had green grass all the way around for justice.
Behind him, Jaden Davis immediately took down any efforts from the receiver that was targeted to be able to tackle. You see the kicks up again. Might have been low.
And the extra point by Clark is good.
I'm going to say it's good. It was low to the crossbar, but still good. Take a look at it one more time. Again, not much pressure. Giles wasn't able to get through super quick to him. It was just a matter of, and then again, Jaden Davis immediately takes Brady Timms out of the play.
I mean, he just read that ball perfectly.
Get our first trivia of the game only a few minutes in. What is Sterling's tie-in with Gloucester Catholic in 1948? Well, in 1948, me nor my parents were a thought. I'm a little lost on this one.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure myself. I know, obviously, Gloucester Catholic goes way back. I mean, 48, I think the school was probably started in the early 1900s, I'm going to say. So, okay, so Mr. K said they started in 1925 and obviously have had a great tradition there in a number of sports. I don't know. We're going to have to get some hints for this one.
Yeah, it's a confusing one because I don't know how would they have tied in. Apparently, it's personal for you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
See another return attempt. Might have some room. Gets taken around the 30 again. Personal.
Okay. I'm starting to get an idea, but we'll let you guys
I've got
work
not
on
a clue.
it for a little bit.
It could have been a matter of maybe they had started like one of their sports programs together, or like they had both started at the same time and tried to help each other. But I don't know how old these.
I know they definitely had I don't think they started at the same time. Sterling was 1960, and they had a team their first year. Might have started out as JV squad, as a lot of teams go. I don't know how to. Okay, the first year was 62 for football, varsity football, and obviously. Okay, so personal. Okay, I think I'm thinking where he might be going with this.
Another run. Birdsong makes a stiff arm, but not before he can go anywhere after the fact. Jaden Davis with the tackle.
Jaden Davis on the tackle.
He's been on fire all game. Assisting with the interception and now a tackle for loss. The first play of this third drive for Gloucester Catholic.
I mean, after that stiff arm, he just really got right back up and didn't move a muscle. Just got the offense down right there. I mean, he wasn't going anywhere after the fact, after that stiff arm.
Jaden Davis is one of those guys who's just done an outstanding job this year as a defender.
There's so much confidence when he's lined up with someone. It's hard to take him out of his game. And with a QB sneak or a QB draw, he'll get a gain of a few, not before he's taken down.
By number 52, Renee Camacho.
It'll be Camacho again.
And this is a game where, obviously you're overwhelming your opponent, and I think one of the things you don't want to do, you want to keep the rhythm going that's gotten you off to a 4-0 start, but you don't want to get into bad habits. You want to make your reads like you normally make them, because I think in a game like this, you get tendency to be a little bit sloppy, and that's something that Sterling's got to avoid here. And that's part of something that they haven't had to do over the last few years. It's part of being a successful team. You have to know how to handle these types of situations.
I've loved about Camacho throughout these first couple of drives. He's been kind of what Zach Bond does for the Eagles that we root for. He's always in his zone, but he's also there to pounce on any run that comes the way. He's kind of the middle ground of the defense. So we see again a throw. This one will go to his favorite blade of grass, and it'll be 4th down once again. Just can't find anyone to get to throughout these first few drives. I mean, there's been a lot of good pressures we see there. He's got a pocket, but not without anyone surrounding him.
And a good job with the pass rush, outside in, providing containment and going in there and keeping him in the pocket and having the pocket closed down. But obviously he got rid of it before they could get there. But again, just a good, solid job by Sterling defensively.
Post snap. Will Nicholas tried to block it, and they're going to throw a flag for yet another roughing the kicker. A little bit too late from Will Nicholas on the block attempt.
Running into the kicker on the receiving team. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
Once again, this is one of those habits we had seen before. They don't usually get to be able to block these kicks, so now that they do, they're kind of rushing too quick into it.
And that's a tough one. I almost thought he might have been pushed into him a little bit there. If you look at the I don't know if we could see it. You see the lineman extend his arms right there, so that's an unfortunate one, but.
It looked like maybe when it was in motion. We'll take a look at the trivia question.
Timeout, Sterling. That's their first timeout of the half.
Okay. I'm thinking I have had relatives go to Gloucester Catholic. You know, my dad went to Gloucester Catholic. So, okay, there we go. Wow. What a job by Mr. K.
That is the tie-in.
That's the tie-in, yep. Wow.
As well as 50-50 raffle tickets being sold tonight. The winner will be announced at halftime.
I mean, that's pretty close.
Let's see.
Yeah, better take the hat off.
Yeah.
I would have combed my hair a little bit better.
This trivia required prep. See,
Jason, we'll bring Jason in.
Go ahead, you too. You don't get the hat pass.
Bring him in here, yeah. I would think Jason, you're looking at guys in similar, when you look at my dad in that picture and Jason, they're similar ages. I'm the old man in that picture, in this comparison. Well.
Not so sure what happened on that play.
Great job by you, Mr. K. Wow, that's awesome.
Turnover on down.
Okay. Well, they went for it and didn't get it. Now Sterling will get the ball after that stop.
Speaking of McDonald's,
take a look here. They went for some sort of QB draw.
I mean, it kind of looked like a tush push there.
Yeah, some sort of variation. Yeah. Camacho was there to stop it. He can say something that a lot of NFL defenders can't, that they stopped a version of the tush push.
I mean, yeah. It's pretty hard to get past the tush push nowadays.
See another good set of downs, a good field position around the 35, a little behind. Battleini, bit of a way back from his snap. Hands it off. Some more room to run. Got Josh Hernandez with a good breakaway. A first and then some.
Oh, sorry. Hand off to Josh Hernandez. 13-yard gain on
Josh Hernandez. His first handoff. Take a look here. They might have stumbled a tiny bit, but gets through. Barely gets wrapped up by Birdsong. And gets him into range to score on this next play.
Nothing fancy on that one. You see him cut back. Hernandez cut back to the outside. Great vision in finding that hole.
First and 10. Battleini drops back. Sends one close to Giles. Doesn't go much of anywhere. It'll be second down. See here, it looked like it might have been some sort of screen, but then the pressure just came coming at. Didn't quite work as drawn up. This will be Sterling's first second down.
I mean, yeah, it just looks like Giles slipped up here a little bit. There's not much you can do on that. I mean, if he had it there, he had a bunch of grass right ahead of him.
I mean, it seems like every good grab or good handoff is 6 points to start this game, as you see. One goes to Jaden Davis. He finds some more room. Can get there before they can, and he will. They're going to call it a touchdown.
I mean, that was just a great run over there by Jaden Davis. He got hit by some defenders, but he just pushed them off there. He has some great power on him, great speed. There's nothing much you can do when you're handing the ball to number 0.
This is the physicality we talk about with this Sterling team. Everyone is so determined to tear through the person in front of him, and he does it about 3 or 4 times on this play. And even while he's there, he's like, as long as I get past that pylon, this is another 6 on the scoreboard. And he just gets to that threshold. Such strength, such resolve from Davis on that play. Looking to make it 21-0, a little over halfway into the first quarter. Kick is up. Close to the post, but it'll be good. And as Jaden Davis, the scorer of that last touchdown, if you take a look at it one more time, I mean, he's got a lot of room to run off the rip. And then he breaks a couple of tackles, has some good blocks. Brody Baker can't take him down in time. That's another 6, now 7 on the board.
And a real good job adjusting and just taking advantage of what's in front of him and finding that opening to the outside, really going to daylight and finishing this one off. And Sterling's just really keeping it simple. And obviously, they could go to the end zone with long throws, but they just want to keep it simple. Again, get through this game, get yourself, come out of it healthy, and move on the next week.
We take a look at the upcoming weeks as you were speaking of it. The next 2 games will be here at the Castle, hosting Collingswood, the Panthers, and Clayton. And then they'll go to Lindenwold. Clayton, just underneath Sterling. In 2 weeks' time, they'll be playing for the top spot. Sterling could secure here if they get to win, and Clayton end up falling down to 3-2. But first, they've got to face the Panthers before anything else.
Yeah, this is definitely their biggest back-to-back week test when you talk about what's coming up in the next 2 weeks.
Runs down the sideline, taken out around the 20, maybe a little bit prior.
I mean, that was just a great punt there if you saw it at the end with a little spin back.
It's a great hit by Alan Chambry. I don't know if that's Alan.
Riley Sharp on
It's Riley Sharp, number 11.
Riley Sharp, okay.
Has a touchdown and a good tackle through this one. A lot of players playing well on both sides. Jaden Davis helped secure a pick-6 with a good hit as well as getting his own touchdown on offense. Riley Sharp has the first rushing touchdown on offense for this game.
And we have a pick-6 by Justice. Number 9.
Justice Sly has been one of the better DBs for this side. He's been pretty locked down throughout the season. The reason we don't say his name much is we don't have to. It never gets thrown towards. 1st and 10 on the 19. Gloucester Catholic looking to get at least 3 on the board to make something happen. But they've got a long way to go before they think about kicking anything. Goes for another QB run. Gets taken down real fast. Penalty marker on the field. Might have been a hold.
Tackled by Julian O'Donnell, number 50 here, senior night.
5-yard penalty remains first down.
First down will be a hold on Gloucester Catholic. Try to identify where it might have been.
Oh, looks like right there.
Penalties enforced from the previous spot.
Number 7.
After this
Nolan.
is the goal. Correction.
And that definitely had an effect on the play because Nolan Giles is a guy who would have been out there for containment, and obviously the hold held him and allowed the back a couple extra steps.
He hooked his thumbs under the pads.
Yeah.
That was number 77, Braden Startar, for Gloucester Catholic with the foul. And that'll push.
The WIP guy.
1st and 19 now. Ball on the 10. 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go in this first quarter of play. Sterling been dominant. They look to remain that way to get to first down once more. Comes the snap. Goes back into the pocket. Dumps one. Oh! Almost has a pick. Instead, he's just got a good deflection.
I mean, he's going to want that one back. He had that one right in his grasp. There's nothing you can really do here. Running full out of steam, just couldn't hang on to that ball, and it would have been He's doing push-ups over there because he shot the ball.
Well, the next time you get it, it'll be hopefully be in a close game, and you'll get it in the game that's going to count for you the most.
I mean, if we take a look, this is what I'm saying about his zone. He's like a spider web in the middle. He can catch anything that comes at him, Rene Camacho. Whether it's coming towards him with a run or it's a pass, he's able to get out there. He's been that guy.
I mean, if he would have caught that there, it would have been an easy another 6. Here's his reaction here.
Drop a ball.
Got to do push-ups.
Drop and give me about 5 of those.
That's great.
2nd and 19 now. Look to hand it off. They go absolutely nowhere with it. They're down to follow.
And we're laughing about it, but part of being successful is having players take ownership of what they're doing, and that's a great example of it.
I mean, it really is.
Part of the culture they're building here.
I mean, Rene Camacho is really just like an all-around guy for this kind of team. He shows the players the ropes around. He is just a nice guy all around, and he's going to show his team how to push himself to the limit.
We saw Braden Startari in there for Gloucester Catholic. He's an offensive, defensive lineman. His father, Brian Startari, was a host on WIP, did the post-game show.
That's pretty cool.
With the Flyers, and I think he might have been on 97.5 also, and won the contest, or was in a contest that ESPN had probably about 20-some years ago. So, good guy and everything. I know Mr. K and I did the game last year at Gloucester Catholic. He was the PA guy, and just a really good guy.
It's a lovely story. I mean, and that's how someone like his kid can get into sports, just by being surrounded by it so much. You want to get into it, and he hasn't had a terrible game by any means. He's had a pretty solid couple of blocks, regardless of how Gloucester Catholic as a whole has been able to perform on the scoreboard. He's been able to benefit some of the plays that they've had, as we see 4th and 20, ball on the 9. Good a punt from about their own goal line.
And this one actually gets blocked.
Bobbled around, picked up. It looks like Sparagowski might be a touchdown for Chase Sparagowski. We'll see what the ref says. They're celebrating. They're calling it 6. And Sterling's up 27-zip.
And you could see the punter was doing everything he could. He tried to adjust because he thought it was going to get blocked up the middle. Then he adjusted, and he was obviously ended up getting it blocked, going to the outside, going to the right side.
It's a block by Will Nicholas, and then a touchdown by Chase Sparagowski. And Will Nicholas has been on every kick that this Gloucester Catholic team has had to offer. Jeremy Clark's been making every kick he's been told to put up there into the uprights, as we'll see here. His 4th PAT attempt, or 5th technically, is the one that got called back for the false start. Looking to make it 28-0 as we approach the 3-minute mark of the first quarter.
I mean, this offense and defense are just going to make him tired tonight. He's just going to be kicking all night if they're having a game like this.
That'll be right down the middle, 28-zip. The Silver Knights go over the Rams with a very large, very early lead. Take a look at the block one more time. Will Nicholas looked like it got blocked with his chest almost, like his hand went up and then just chest bumped the ball, and then it led to 6 points from Chase Sparagowski, who recovered after a lot of bobbling from both sides. I'll tell you who's not going to be tired after a game like this. Your offense. Anytime your offense is out there, they're going to have the most energy on the field.
And we're a touchdown and an extra point away from it being a running clock, which is a good rule, great rule for I think for both teams here, because obviously this is a Gloucester Catholic team that's overwhelmed. They really don't have numbers, and the last thing you want is to just play it with a real clock and just be out here forever.
Take a look at this student section for football's senior night.
Got a blowout tonight.
There's a blowout. A blowout and a blowout.
Looks like a sea of Sterling fans out here.
And obviously, we're going through a great stretch this year with the way we've started, but Sterling's only a couple years removed from being in a similar situation that Gloucester Catholic is in, and I'm sure some of these seniors remember that. So they're all too familiar.
Picks it up on the sideline, jukes himself out of bounds around the 12. Gloucester Catholic again has not been able to reach the 30-yard line field position. Take a look at the 1975 class is here tonight. If you take a look at some of the facts of life throughout then, gallon of gas is about 53 cents. The house costed a little under $40K. New car costed about $4,800. Movie ticket was $2, and minimum wage was $2.10 an hour.
Well, that was when, right about the time we had an oil crisis and the price of gas really started shooting up. And like I said, this is before your time, but a lot of the vehicles back in the 60s and 70s had the bigger engines, the 8-cylinder engines, but they would only get 10 miles to the gallon, 12 miles to the gallon. And right around that time was when the car makers started making smaller cars. And when I saw the price of gas, that reminded me, because I think it even doubled in a couple years. And you say 53 cents, but it doesn't seem like a lot. But back then, that was a lot.
I mean, that's nuts. I wish it was like that now. Everything would be a whole lot easier to buy.
I'd have 2 houses by now. See the run. Didn't go much of anywhere. Looks like it'll be 2nd and 10. One more time. The run game has not worked for the Rams throughout this one. The D-line has just been there at every time they try to cut through.
Yeah, just a dominating effort all around. And I don't know if Mr. K wants me to talk about it now, but the 75 team that they're honoring was as dominant a team as you're going to see, and it was a 3-year stretch. And at halftime, during that stretch, the first championship, Mr. K is going to have some highlights to that. So definitely stick around and look at that. Game was played indoors at the Atlantic City Convention Center, now called the Boardwalk Hall. And I believe it was, I don't know if they had other things going on with grass, but I believe they just brought in the dirt and sod and put it down over the cement floor. So I was watching the game at Mr. K. We watched it earlier, and I was just amazed when I thought about all the work that it took for them to pull that off, getting all the dirt, all the sod. And that's the first time, we have sectional championships now. That's when that started. They would just award team a championship over records. And that was the start of the South Jersey group championships in the different divisions. And I believe they were a group 3 at that point, Mr. K? They were group 3, obviously.
The ruling on the field is that forward progress was stopped prior to loss of possession, 4th down.
It won't be a fumble recovery by Sparagowski. It'll be a stoppage of the play after stuff in the run. We take a look. Looks like quarterback Mike Lazorka got messed up. He got twisted up. Yeah, his leg was a little messed up after that one.
I mean, it looks like they try to go for another version of tush push again.
He seems to be up and running. Well, we can't know that. They're punting.
I mean, we were talking about this run defense on the Sterling Knights tonight, but this pass defense has been immaculate as well. I mean, you got a pick 6. You got
timeout Sterling. That's their 2nd of the half.
And you got a bunch of just stoppages of play with the ball in the air. There's not much you can do against this Sterling Knights football defense.
Some more 75 facts. The average salary was about $8,630. The Big Mac cost 65 cents. A large cheese pizza, $2.35. Disney World admission, $6. And the number 1 song was Love Will Keep Us Together by Captain and Tennille.
Man, where do I start here? First off, $2.35 per a large pizza. I think I paid the last time I got one. I won't reveal where I got it from, but it was over $20.
Woof.
For one?
So
for one slice?
For a large.
For one large.
I think I might have had some toppings on it too. So I don't know if we're including that.
That sounds
or
like
not.
city prices if you look at the skyline here.
But it's you look at the skyline of Philly was definitely a lot lower, and at that point they were not allowed to have a building higher than the cap of William Penn. So, but obviously they waived that rule, and now you have the Comcast building and a few other high rises there.
Gabe Tirado on the return, shoves someone off, still going, trying to find more, lost the ball. Gloucester Catholic might have gotten on that one. They did. Number 56, Luke Goss,
I mean, they finally had a good punt here. We didn't get on the ball instantly. We almost got there, but he had a pretty good punt on this one. And he just kind of like, it looks like he lost it at the end. He's trying to fight his way through, get around.
Toronto had the right idea of trying to extend the return, but when you got 5 people around you, you don't want to make too much fancy movements. It might be a time to just kind of drop down. We're already at midfield. We can make this work. But obviously the adrenaline and the thought process alters each other. About 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Maybe one final snap before we take a short break before we head into the second. Looks like a Gloucester Catholic timeout might have been called here. There might be an injury on the Gloucester Catholic side. Number 8, Brody Baker, seems to be a little banged up. Hobbling a little bit, might have been a leg issue.
And that's a tough one for them because obviously you only have about 5 subs over there, maybe 5 or 6 subs that are dressed. So they're in a situation probably in some cases they need to get somebody to move to a different position, maybe that they haven't played. Just a really
this is the
tough
end of the first quarter.
The end of the first quarter, and Sterling is really taking the Gloucester Catholic Rams by storm. They're 28-0 as we head to a short break and go into the second quarter shortly.
I'm so tired of entering all this discipline. I just wish there was something I could do.
We've got illegal use of the phone. Report to VPO.
Just signing the Minga.
No.
No use of the Minga pass. Going back to classroom.
Late for class. Violation. Illegal wearing of the hoodie, gray hoodie, that's a violation. Falling asleep in class, that's a violation. How many times am I gonna have to tell this to you?
Clearly more than that, old geezer.
Personal foul, speaking mean to a teacher, that's a violation.
The Castle, they're up 28-0 over Gloucester Catholic after one 12-minute period of play. They have had a dominant performance offensively and defensively. They've only had 2 offensive drives, more defensive. Gloucester Catholic has not gotten any momentum, but they may have some here as they've got a recovered fumble in midfield field position to try and get 6 on the board, make something happen.
Yeah, it's certainly been all Sterling here to this point.
See the handoff, and he'll go absolutely nowhere. Goes back about 4 yards. Rene Camacho again with the stop.
We also have joining up here in the booth, Sterling alumni, Jacob Clark.
Loss of 4 on the tackle. Second down.
So in case you don't know, I'm Matt Zubak, joined by Gavin Murphy, and the one, the only, Jake Clark's brother, I think, is on the kicking team. I forgot which.
Yes.
You're both Jake Clark. I get it mixed up all the time.
Yes, Jeremy's out there.
Jake.
He's been very busy so far.
Saying his name a lot, I think it's you.
Yeah, he's been very busy so far. It's always good to have a kicker to be able to go out and get that extra point. And not only that, but the kickoffs, and he's been able to pin them deep a couple times. But again, Sterling has just controlled the pace of this game offensively, defensively with that pick 6, and Gloucester Catholic struggling to get any momentum on either side of the ball.
Last time we had you on for a broadcast, I think was the wrestling season from last year. We had a lot of input from that time. How much have you done calling-wise since then? You take a look at almost a pick from both Davis and Schley. Nothing there. Not Schley. It looked like it might have been Samad Land, the freshman.
They're down.
Take a look again. Lazorka just hasn't had much. It was good coverage. Jaden Davis took a second. I think he might just be laughing it off. Take a look one more time.
Yeah, it looked like a clean pocket there for Lazorka, the quarterback for Gloucester Catholic. He's just unable to hook up with his receivers.
You see our quarterback, number 17, Gary Battolini, on the sideline, rooting on his defensive team.
3rd and 14 situation now. Ball on the 45. Gloucester Catholic has to make something happen.
I mean, if you're Gloucester Catholic here, you got to start taking some short downs, trying to just get the ball around.
Go for play action. Got a lot of pressure coming his way. Takes it on his own legs. Gets a couple of yards, but not enough to make a first down. Looks like 4th and 9. And they'll have to punt from midfield.
I mean, it was just great defensive pressure here by number 75, Liam Crawford. I mean, he was chasing him down the whole time. There's not much you're going to do there. And he just gets shoved out at the end.
I think that's the scariest part about this Sterling side is a lot of the players that aren't the seniors are the juniors that are doing a lot of the heavy lifting on both sides when the seniors aren't open. The juniors have been good at covering their bases, and they're here for a whole other year. This division's and everyone else going to be on notice dealing with them. You see the kick is up and back a bit. Recovered around the 15. Carter still going, taken down around the 32.
That was a solid punt there from Gloucester Catholic to try and pin back Sterling.
We'll see more of Sterling broadcasts next Friday for some more football action at 6 p.m. They'll host the Collingswood Panthers. You can watch that live on Channel 19 or here on YouTube at youtube.com/Sterling TV 19. That'll be a fun one, I think, obviously. Sterling, we've seen a lot of talent come through this throughout the years. So there's a bit of an injury here, but Collingswood has not been a bad side either. They obviously haven't been at what Sterling's doing, but they're still not having the worst of seasons from what I can remember based on how I had looked at a couple of weeks back. They hadn't had the worst start, but it's hard to match up with Sterling when they have a season like this. As we cut to the fans once more, insanely lively.
I mean, they look like they're just having a great time this year.
I would love to see a picture like side by side of last year's Week 5 section and this year's Week 5 section. I'd be very curious about how much has changed.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of growth this year because last year we were getting there. We were trying to get around, but this year we've really been pushing. As you can see, the cheerleaders here sitting on the side while there's an injury out on the field.
Here under some new management as well. Coach Fox.
Well, and it certainly helps when the product on the field and the team continues to win. The Knights undefeated coming into tonight 4-0, and Gloucester Catholic on the other side of things, they're 0-3, trying to pick up win number 1 for their season. And right now, a big lead on the scoreboard for Sterling. And this is a team that, again, is theirs. Former Sterling announcer's mom, Danny Leakin's mom, talking it up. Mama Leaks, as we would refer to her. And Mr. Leakin is there in the bottom right corner of your screen with the red hat on. But certainly a good crowd on hand here tonight. And again, it definitely helps when the team is putting together not only wins, but big wins up on the scoreboard, as it looks like the player down for Gloucester Catholic is up and to his feet, walking off on his own power.
I mean, the problem here is they don't have any players for them to get anything done. As you see the senior night photos here for some of the football team. I mean, it's a great night for the senior night tonight. We got senior Max Zuback up in the booth with us, and all the seniors on Tech Career. We'd like to thank you very much for all you've done.
I mean, the other seniors that are here have done the things here with the cameras a lot more than I have. I only got here last year, but the seniors such as Richie Williams, Owen Sullivan, they've been here since their freshman year. They know a lot about it. They make this run so smoothly, and this group has been, just take a look at here, Jason Carbear and Richard Williams, 2 cameramen, 2 seniors up on the roof giving you some of the best shots that you're going to see on YouTube for games like this. Shots like these that we can see everything from as we get our first snap in a while in the offense.
Penalty marker on the field.
Penalty marker before Jaden Ollie Ward can get going on the jet sweep.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Try to identify where this false start was.
And that's not a bad mistake there from the Knights. When you try and get a man in motion, there's so many moving parts. It looked like somebody just flinched up there on the offensive line before Ward could get into motion and take the snap. on the little touch pass. So it'll back the Knights up 5, but that's the biggest problem of the night. It's certainly been a good night here for Sterling.
1st and 15 situation. Battellini hands this one off. A run. Hernandez has room to go. Gets to about midfield. 49 before he's taken down. It looks like number 7. Josh Hernandez. He found a lot of great vision from all the runners from this Sterling side throughout the first half.
I mean, he just had a great hole there by the offensive line. There's just green grass straight ahead of him with defenders in front. But with that kind of speed, it's going to be pretty hard to take him down as he gets down to about the 50.
We've seen this with Hernandez all season. We saw pressure coming from both sides. He was able to get through, wasn't thinking about it at all. He just said, listen, whatever's in front of me, that's what I'm going towards. I don't care what's behind me. Battellini needs to find somewhere to throw. Bit of a clutter on the line. Will Nicholas bobbles and catches. Has one man to beat, and he beats him. Guy's a blocker. 34-0. Will Nicholas with the touchdown.
I mean, that was just a great play there by number 44, Will Nicholas, to keep his hands on the ball when it looked like it was about to get away from him. And he just had green grass ahead of him, except 2 defenders that he just stuffed right down.
Well, and look at how much time Battellini has there. Doesn't get his first read. He's got time to roll out to the left. He finds Nicholas, who was wide open, made one man miss, had a blocker in front of him, and a bunch of green turf until he finds the end zone to make it 34-0 now for the Knights.
I mean, this is just looking like a great game all around for the East Sterling Knights. Every player is contributing a little bit as we go along.
Sun settling slowly. A little wide.
And the extra point is no good.
His first missed kick of the night.
And of course, his brother Jake Clark is up here when he misses.
I must be the bad luck charm, but again, taking a look, quarterback has so much time. He rolls out, and Nicholas bobbles it around in the air. He was wide open, was able to come down with it. Nice juke move to make that man miss. Had a blocker in front of him, but he didn't even need to be used as Nicholas pranced his way into the end zone. And as you said, Gavin, of course, the first kick of the night that Jeremy Clark misses, it just happens to be while I'm up here, older brother in the broadcast booth. So didn't even say anything, but it must have been the announcer's jinx. But regardless, the Knights with a gigantic lead on the scoreboard, and we're not even at halftime yet, already up 34 points here for Sterling.
Look at this beautiful sunset. Sunsets on the night. I mean, leading to the Friday Night Lights kind of territory for this senior night. And I've said night too many times, and now the word has lost meaning. 34-0 Sterling. About 9 minutes to go in the second quarter.
I mean, can we just give it up for a minute for our cameramen? They've given beautiful shots with the drone, the cameras.
Makes every broadcast an experience.
It does.
For us up here in the booth.
It really does.
See the punt. The kickoff, rather, goes to about the 20 and bounce back. It'll be recovered. There's a tussle at midfield. Taken down around the 25 is the return. Gloucester Catholic with some good field positioning, decent field positioning after Jaden Davis wrestles him down. Crowd's chanting for Connor Wells to come out. I think that's fair.
I mean, with a score like this, you can probably bring out a few guys. But you always want to keep the pressure on, keep your guys out there.
I would say that, but
keep them warm.
I think technically Sterling is 1 point under the running clock rule. So
yeah.
It's still going to be this regular clock.
I mean, if he just made that kick and Jake Clark and Jeremy, whoa.
Oh, you're having the same issue as me now.
Yeah, I am. I mean, if Jeremy Clark just made that one kick, it would have been okay. We had the running clock rule. Not just yet for your Sterling Knights.
First down run. Finds a gap, but shut down quick. Maybe a gain of a yard. That's O'Donnell and Camacho again.
I mean, these two are just the 1 and 2 guy here on your defense for your middle linebackers, your midfield. Julian O'Donnell, who is a senior in this senior night, is having a great game for himself, but so is number 52, Rene Camacho. There's just really that 1A, 1B kind of duo back there.
when your linebackers are able to get to the ball carrier very quickly, and the offensive line for Gloucester Catholic has struggled now time and time again, just getting good surge up front for their ball carriers. Sterling has done an excellent job not only offensively creating good lines, creating good lanes for their runners and a good pocket for their quarterback, but defensively they're getting a surge almost every single time the ball is snapped for the Rams.
Gloucester Catholic now, 2nd and 10. Another handoff. Taken down behind the line of scrimmage by Mason Boyd-Neal. Second important tackle from him on the night.
I mean, if you just see that big boy running at you, you're going to get scared. There's not much you can do here with him going right after you.
He dove on it, too. There was nowhere for Brady Tibbs to go.
I mean, he's only a junior, so we still got him for one more year.
Again, it's that agility on the line. He's been so agile and so able to just get off of the block and make the play from runs like that. We've seen it multiple times throughout the season. Take a look again. He just shoves right off the block, focuses on the ball, and stuffs a play.
I mean, it's kind of looking like Jordan Davis out here for Sterling Knights.
3rd and 12 situation. Ball on the 25 for the Rams. I'm them looking to throw. Zorka under center. Takes the handoff. Looking to throw a little deeper. Catch doesn't go as planned.
It looks like the ref.
Fire.
Everyone around here helping him up.
He's back on his feet. Let's take a look at it one more time.
Yeah,
almost caught.
A good ball over the middle of the field there for Lazorka, but it looked like Sterling might have had a little bit of extra help there from the official in the middle of the field. As jumps up, he tries to duck, and that's certainly going to leave a mark and sting a little bit tomorrow morning for the official that got entangled in the middle of this pass breakup. But regardless, the Knights are able to come away with a pass breakup, and they'll force yet another punt now for Gloucester Catholic.
4th and 12. Another punt. Whistle blowing on the field. A timeout called.
Timeout, Gloucester Catholic. That's their first of the half.
Rams
Timeout taken by the Rams.
We'll take a look at our third slide on 1975. Disco was charts and clubs kind of music. The Pet Rock was the toy of the year. For the movie Jaws came out. The first Betamax video recorder had started, and that was the end of the Nam War. So many things were going on in this year. I have not, but
I have seen Jaws.
I know what it's about.
Jaws is a great movie.
Yeah, I can't say that I've seen Jaws, but the Pet Rock being the toy of the year is certainly interesting there. So Mr. K is telling us in our New York producer, that's a rock that came in a box, which might seem like a foreign concept to the three of us, but apparently back in 1975 it was all the rave. I'm sure that if you found one or two of those laying around, you could probably make a pretty penny on it. Big antique item.
I mean, what are you gonna do with a pet rock?
You can roll it, you can throw it, you can call it names. It's enough for it.
What are you gonna call your rock? I think I'd call it Rocky, like after Philly legend Rocky Balboa.
I feel like that's certainly fitting. I feel like that's got to be a top name for your pet rock. Rocky, definitely being up there. No other variation though of rock kind of makes sense. I don't know that you can go with stone. But
maybe Rocky Johnson.
I was gonna say, I'll call mine Thunder, because if you roll the rock, it's rolling thunder.
There you go.
That's a good one.
I want to make a version of that box and find a rock. Hope eBay takes the bait. That's what I want to do.
Now I want a pet rock. Sounds like a lot of fun now, and we talk about it.
I understand people from the 70s now. I understand the kids what they want for Christmas is a rock, and now I do too. 1st and 10 for Sterling. A good run. Jaden Ollie Ward gets a few yards on that one. Taken down by Birdsong.
Looks like he might be hurt down here on the field.
Twisted up a bit.
I mean, it looks like he slipped there at the end of the play. If you watch here again, he just like slips.
Yeah, he just can't find his footing. He was trying to make a cut. And that's the scary part, especially this turf, only a couple years old. When you play on grass, the ground's a little bit more forgiving. The turf, you don't have to maintain it. It's nicer to play on. When you make those cuts and quick movements, sometimes when you land back down, it's not great for the athletes. And hopefully Ollie Ward is okay. But they tried running that play earlier in this quarter. The false start was the one to break it up. But Gloucester Catholic, give them credit. They followed out. And they did a nice job moving as a unit to stop Ollie Ward for a minimal gain. And it's little things like that they're going to have to be taken as positives. Every play, try and just win every play moving forward if you're Gloucester Catholic to try and claw back into this one.
We'll take a look at the next few TV games for us. These are a few that have happened that you can always go back and watch. Field hockey and the Gateway game to take a look at how those teams have been doing in recent times. And if you see the future, well, you can't be. You can see it on October 3rd, 6 p.m. Sterling hosts Collingswood for some more football action live on Channel 19 and on YouTube at Sterling TV 19, where we are right now on both sides. I mean, obviously this football side has been very entertaining for both us and the people at home. Who wouldn't want to watch more of it? For a 2-yard gain, and Ollie Ward's gotten himself back up. Looks to take a breather as Sterling will continue the drive and try to get this clock running.
It's been entertaining not only tonight, but all season long, coming in with an undefeated 4-0 record. Just going to have to see how long can the Knights keep this winning streak rolling.
Badalini gets a low snap. A quick throw. Taib Sally has some room up the middle. A nice juke. A good spin. Runs into his own player. Still gets the first and then a little more. A good game.
This is a great play design here. Quarterback able to get it out of his hands quickly to the receiver on the screen. There's blocks up front, and once he's in open space, he's showcasing the speed. He flips field for being on the near side, working towards the middle, and he does a nice job of finding the marker and picking up enough yards to move the sticks.
Looks like it might have been some sort of screenplay. Taim was on a bit of a bubble. There was also a flat behind Badalini for him to use as well. It's a nice, well-drawn-up play to just get some either short yards or break off like they had done there. As we see Jermaine Stewart's first run of the night. Gets about 5 on that one.
And on to number 3, Jermaine Stewart.
I mean, this is the first time we've seen Jermaine Stewart in this game, but he's no stranger to having the ball in his hands, as we've seen from the other games. He's been all around those games, but tonight, it seems this is his first play.
I mean, he's been on the defense. We've seen him at safety in some zones. Not every play, but some of the plays. And normally, he's one of their strongest runners, and he showed just then. He's got the moves. Just this line slowly but surely adapting to how Sterling runs. See another handoff. Stewart's still going. Has more room. Has 6 points. And Sterling's put up 40 now.
I mean, like we've been saying, he gets the ball. It's going to be a touchdown of his time. With this being his, it seems like number 5 touchdown on the year. He already has 402 yards on the season. It's just been a dominant year for Jermaine Stewart.
Another one of those juniors. You got another year under your belt to put in next year. He's going to be a problem.
I mean, that's only his rushing. On his receiving side, he's got 2 receptions for 3 yards and a touchdown. So that's actually his, seems to be now 6th touchdown on the night.
A group we didn't, I mean, we've seen them work throughout most of the season. Cheerleaders have been at work. They have been at work a lot more than normal throughout this season. You see another kick up and right down.
I mean, this time it's good.
41-0. Clock will start rolling. Take a look at the touchdown one more time. Jermaine Stewart, he makes multiple miss. He's got the strength and the elusiveness to make those runs work.
Well, and what was impressive for me on that run was he would have initially got stopped in the backfield. Gloucester Catholic did a nice job of getting some defensive pressure, would have stopped him for a loss, but he brings out that strong stiff arm, is able to get away from a defender, and then he's got some green turf in front of him. Good blocks up the field by the Knights offensive line, and once he found the open space, he found pay dirt and put up another 6 points there for Sterling.
Against that stiff arm you were talking about, there were 2 people in the backfield that could have taken Stewart down, but both the blockers and him were able to get it down. If you take a look at the Sunset Philly, you see the skyline to your right.
You got the Philadelphia Phillies actually at home tonight, and the bottom of the first with 2 outs. They're winning right now 1-0 with a guy on first against the 69-90 Minnesota Twins. I mean, hopefully they can have a good night, pull out another win, maybe get the first spot in the NL.
How far off are they from that first spot?
Not very far. I think maybe like 4.5 games, 5 games.
Doable. Good, another kickoff here. This one goes to the left, around the 10-yard line. Picked up by Uriah Birdsong. Tries to make a man miss. Instead gets 2, wrapping him up around the 25.
Yo, guess what?
We'll have some highlights of the 1974 championship game played inside, indoor football down in Atlantic City. Have some highlights of that. We'll be up at halftime. If you want to miss that, don't see halftime, go up and say, well, it's time to turn off the stream. They'll get a whole other game from a much different era of this sport. I'm excited to see it while we're up here. Take a look at the sideline. Will be the team in darker uniform. If you stick around to watch that, which, I mean, I think steers clear for this game too. See, ball on the 24th. 1st and 10, Gloucester Catholic needs to make something happen as the clock will run. Goes to hand it off. Gets a handoff, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like Chase Spiragowski main on that one by Rene Camacho there to help him out.
I mean, this is just great run defense tonight. They're not getting much of anywhere against this D-line and middle linebackers. It's kind of hard to do against this powerful, huge Sterling Knight defense with all these juniors and seniors.
Give Birdsong some credit. The offensive line didn't give him much of a hole. A lot of blue jerseys there in the backfield. Was able to make a cut to make one man miss, but he was still tackled in the backfield for a loss of about 3 yards. So Gloucester Catholic, I mean, the big difference in this game has certainly been the play in the trenches on both sides of the ball for the Knights. They've been dominant.
Birdsong, only a freshman. There's plenty of football left to play ahead of him. So we see a 2nd and 13 scenario for the Rams. Lazorka fakes the handoff, has some time in the pocket, sends this one deep. A good catch down around the 38. Birdsong again.
I mean, they've just been calling his number all night for Gloucester Catholic. It's every time the ball gets thrown up or passed around, it looks like it's going to go up to Birdsong, if anyone. I mean, just a freshman, that's going to feel great for him to get all these reps and all these balls.
This is a really nice throw from Lazorka. He's got time in the pocket, rolled out a little bit to the right, and he found Birdsong on the out route, headed towards the far sideline. A nice throw and catch to move the chains there for the Rams.
That might be Gloucester Catholic's first down. If it's not, it's their second. About 3 minutes remain in the half. Sterling brings a rush and stuff another run. Way behind the line of scrimmage. Liam Crawford, the main tackle there. Brady Timms to get nowhere.
You don't want to abandon the run game if you're Gloucester Catholic, but it certainly hasn't been working here tonight. The Knights D-line has done an excellent job of just getting a surge and getting into the backfield quickly each and every time the ball is handed off by Gloucester Catholic. Yet another example of it right there, but with the successful pass there from Lazorka to Birdsong, have to wonder if they're going to try and drop back more and pass in the second half.
Now it's 2nd and 12. Gloucester Catholic definitely should be looking to throw. Take some risks on 2nd down, and they will. Has a little bit of time. Tries to dump that one off. Brody Baker ends up incomplete. Some good coverage from Robert Hammond, the sophomore. Getting a good amount of reps throughout this one.
You just heard her
the offensive line certainly does a nice job there to give the quarterback enough time to throw over the middle of the field. Looked like it was good coverage in that Sterling secondary. Not a bad ball from Lazorka just didn't lead his receiver enough out in front, and Sterling was able to looked like they got a hand on it to break it up, and it'll result now in a 3rd and long.
I mean, that might have been the most pocket time he's had all game. I mean, that might be like, I don't think he's gotten much time back there at all. Other than that, that might have been the longest one he's had.
The other candidate for that was that first interception in the quarter previous.
Yeah.
And he had some time, as we see. Again, a lot of pressure comes his way. The ball comes loose. It will be recovered by Luke Goss. But still, Sterling forces a 4th down.
Well, Sterling brings the pressure there on a 3rd and long. They dial up what looked like the blitz. Ball came out of Lazorka's right hand, and thankfully his offensive lineman and Luke Goss was there, right place, right time, just falls on top of it and doesn't give Sterling good field position.
I mean, that was just a great punch ball there by Liam Crawford just to get the ball out. But it was also a great job for Gloucester to just sit on the ball there after picking it back up and just sitting there not trying to get any extra yards or get fancy with it.
A 4th and 28 now. The Rams forced to punt once more.
Seems like they're going to go for a huddle here.
They might be going for something.
Timeout, Gloucester Catholic. That's their second timeout of the half.
Timeout taken by the Rams with 1:04 remaining in the 2nd quarter.
So once again, I'm Max Zubak, joined by Gavin Murphy and Jay Clark. We're here for what's been a pretty big shutout throughout this game. Sterling up 41-zip. At halftime, we'll see another big game in Sterling's history. The 1974 championship, played indoors. Dirt thrown on the concrete, as mentioned from Scholes before, being the darker uniforms as they won their first title. And, I mean, that'll be fun to watch. It'll be interesting to see how much the game has changed, especially at this level.
Yes, certainly. There's been a lot more passing at the professional and top collegiate levels from the mid-1970s to current day, but it'll certainly be interesting to see how the high school game has changed from about the mid-70s to now, considering a lot of teams here in South Jersey still run very run-heavy offenses.
I mean, I don't think there's going to be as many flags back then as there definitely are now.
I would hope not. I would hope not. I would hope that we've potentially cleaned things up and gotten better with technique.
Low snap. Another kick goes up. Drops around at the 40. Maybe it's recovered still by Carter. Still on the move. Has some green grass. Only one to beat, and he will. Has nothing but room to run in front of him. And another touchdown. That's a kick return touchdown for JoJo Carter. 47-0. Did it last year. Does it again this year. Lovely stuff out of Carter.
I mean, that was a real sprint for him there, all the way down to the opposite, about 40, maybe 35. It looks like he picks it about. He has to get away from a few defenders, gets around a guy, just shreds him off, and he's just gone from there. He has one guy to beat, and he does. With the great speed like he has and the power, it's going to be hard to bring him down on any kick return on any given night.
And the big impressive thing there, he bobbled that ball initially, was able to scoop it up, and then able to flip fields using that speed to go from the near side to the far side of the field. Impressive stuff for Carter.
Another kick is up, and way good. 48-0. Clock will keep going as we approach halftime. If we take a look again, this is something you see in like a compilation of Madden highlights. You don't see this in a real game, where he's able to. He recovers a ball that probably should be let go out in the first place, but nonetheless, he has the confidence to pick it up, has all the room after some nice moves, one man to beat, that man being Brody Baker, and you can't catch up to JoJo Carter when he's in his zone, and he scores another 6.
I mean, he's really just looking like Deshaun Jackson back there with the miracle at the Meadowlands. It was just a great pickup there.
Only difference is the guy scoring's in blue.
Yeah.
But again, he bobbles that ball initially, beats the first couple of guys in front of him, and then the impressive thing is the awareness to understand and look to his left, there's nobody over there. Again, he bobbled the ball. He makes one man miss, a nice cut, and then he just flips upfield and goes from the near sideline to the far sideline, has one man to beat, and he just outruns them to the pylon for a punt return touchdown there for Carter. And the Knights continue to tack on here late in the first half.
As we see some of the O-linemen, Will Nicholas was there, Panarello was on the bench, saw Desi Mullen. The O-line has not had to do too much to make this game worth Sterling's while, as they have almost put up 50 in one half.
No, not at all.
Bit of a squib kick. See around the 30, trying to make a return to their own happen. Gets down around the 40, 43.
Flag thrown on the field.
Way after the play, might have been.
Looks like extracurricular stuff out there, maybe.
Yeah, maybe some words. We'll hear it from our ref, Ben Henry.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the receiving team. 15-yard penalty from the succeeding spot. First down.
So Gloucester Catholic with some unnecessary roughness.
Try to see it here.
It might have been around midfield. Already someone down there. Oh, he lifts him up.
Oh, yeah.
That's egregious.
I mean, that was pretty bad. He didn't have to do all that.
I know we're close to halftime.
And this is where sometimes frustration comes out and plays a big factor. Down big on the scoreboard, not getting your way when it comes to within the facets of the game. Sometimes the frustration boils over. One thing leads to another. Football is a physical game, but only should be physical when playing inside the whistles.
Looks like they're just going to take a kneel here. Maybe run out the clock.
What's normally referred to as the victory formation.
Not right now.
It's the reflection formation. So they go into the locker room. The clock ticks down to halftime. Gloucester Catholic with a lot to think about going into halftime.
Yeah, they certainly do. Down big on the scoreboard. But there are things that, while it may seem insurmountable, you have to try and take things one play at a time. Little victories, whether it's picking up first downs, picking up a couple first downs, eventually leading into a touchdown, and then beyond there for the Rams, but they certainly have an uphill battle to climb.
It's the end of the second quarter.
Well, it's 48-0 is the score going into half. We'll see the 1974 Indoor Football Championship game. Sterling happened to honor this game. Sterling was wearing the dark blue if you want to follow along. We'll be back after halftime.
Joshua. Joshua.
I don't think he signed up for flex time.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, I'm too late.
Help me, please! Help! Help!
It might even be my life.
Speak up, save a life, prevent suicide.
What made you become a bully?
Twerk! Twerk!
Whoa, nice one, man. You should start hanging with me.
Okay.
Yo, gang, look at this. Go show him who's boss.
Hey.
Huh? Danny, go to VPO.
Well, you know, Mr. Jericho, I guess it started with peer pressure.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and said that's all I'll ever be. Told me I'd never amount to anything. Or help anyone. But I didn't listen. I found my way. And now, I'm what I always wanted to be.
Yo, what's up? How the you doing? Oh, good, I guess. What have you been up to?
Oh, you know, this, that, everything, you know, like.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, it's nice seeing you. I'm gonna get going now.
All right. Out of here. I'll see you.
Hey.
Hey, Roddy.
Is that Brody over there? How's he doing?
I don't even know.
I'm out of beer!
Well, we need to go get some more.
It's so dry. Yeah, let's go!
Dude, take the seatbelts off. What are we doing? Yeah, you're right.
I'm ready to drive.
Yeah!
Don't drink and drive.
Hey, stop that, bully!
Are you begging for a knuckle sandwich, twerp?
Maybe I am.
Nice try, twerp.
Please, hamburger, please help me. He's bullying me. You're right. I need to help you. I'm the anti-bully.
Oh my God, thank you. Oh yes, King.
Puff my vape right now. May I use the bathroom, please?
Yes, you may use the bathroom.
Yo, what happened to you? Wait. Man, screw that.
What happened to Doug?
Because he was vaping and thought it wouldn't hurt him at all.
And remember, stay clean, breathe fresh air.
Here at the Castle, they have been demolishing 48-0 after one half of play. It's been all Sterling. The Rams had a couple of good plays here and there, but overall have not been able to get over the hump that Sterling's possessed.
I mean, no, with this defense that they've been having tonight, the offense hasn't really had much to come out for. But when the offense does come out, they do produce. As you can see, your Sterling Knights coming back on the field from the locker room after a great halftime performance from the cheerleaders and your band.
I'm Matt Zubak, joined by Gavin Murphy and Jake Clark. Coming here for the booth for the first time since last winter season. I mean, how does it feel to be back here in this booth with these productions? I know it's been a while, a little under a year, but it must feel nice to be back here call these games.
It's certainly always nice to come back. What Sterling has here, production-wise, announcer-wise, it competes with some of the things that happen not only at the collegiate level, but at the professional level as well. Sterling certainly has one of the best TV programs, not only in South Jersey, but across the nation at the high school level. And anytime I can come back and help out, it certainly means a lot to have Mr. K ask me to help out every now and then.
I mean, it's definitely got to be fun now with the teams winning how they are as of right now.
It's certainly great to be able to watch a Sterling football team that comes out and not only wins, but wins by a dominant fashion. Right now up 48-0. So far, that would tie their season high in points. The Knights scored 48 against Pittman back on September 5th, where they won that game 48-13. But the Knights have certainly come out, and they are ready to try and tack on some more and hit a new season high in points this year. Tied it at 48, but they're looking to add on here in the second half.
And what's so interesting about that game is they scored 48, but that was the most points they allowed, too. 48-13, and since they haven't allowed more than a touchdown a game, I'm not sure if they've allowed a score. Because no, Gateway scored, I think it was 35-14. So it's one of the highest scores they've let up, and only being around 2 touchdowns let up as your season high for defensive let-ups, that's crazy.
Well, they've got 2 shutouts, and they're looking to keep this shutout in effect here. They shut out Buna to open the season back in week 0 on August 29th, and then shutting out Mastery Camden on September 11th of this year, 37-0. Again, this is a team that they're looking to try and keep the good times rolling, and they certainly were able to do that in that first half, but you can't take your foot off the gas because there's still another half of action left to be played, and stranger things have certainly happened than comebacks of this nature.
At the high school level specifically, and collegiate level, you can never be sure the game is done. Even though we got the running clock, it's always a worry that a team can creep back up. They could take that halftime break as enough motivation to come back and shut you guys down. So Sterling's got to be in the same mentality as they were when it was 0-0.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that, Max. And I think that right now the Knights need to continue to do what they've been doing. Obviously, it's worked with a major lead on the scoreboard, but the one thing that I like to pinpoint is the fact that they've been so good down in the trenches on the offensive and defensive line. The offensive line has given the quarterback more than enough time to look down the field, go through multiple reads, and make nice passes down the field. And then for the running backs, they've certainly got to be thanking their guys up on the offensive line. Huge holes for them to find some open space and run it in for 6, which we've seen time and time again here tonight. And then on the defensive line, Sterling has done such a great job of getting penetration into the backfield, doing a very nice job where the ball carriers for the Rams, they've got nowhere to go. And it's been like that since really the opening kickoff. Gloucester Catholic is going to have to get a little bit better run protection up front to try and compete and put together a couple of nice drives offensively. But so far the Rams have been struggling, and the number on the scoreboard shows with that 0 for the first 2 quarters of play.
I mean, if you're Gloucester Catholic here, you're going to want to pretend like it's like 0-0 right now, no score, and you're just going to want to get down there and score as quick as you possibly can. Just get little chip plays around to get down the field and just have some positivity by the end of this game.
Jaden Williams on the short return. Gets in the midfield, and the offense will come back out. Sterling mainly been rushing touchdowns. If it isn't the defense scoring, only 1 passing touchdown. It was from Will Nicholas off a bit of a bobble. It's at the middle of the second quarter. And I don't expect that to stop. I think they're going to keep pounding the rock. It's been smash mouth football for the Sterling offense throughout their few drives.
Well, and with a big lead and a running clock, trying to just salt this one away, keeping it on the ground certainly should be the move here for this Sterling offense. Just running inside in between the tackles has brought them a whole lot of success here tonight. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And we got number 13, Antonio Crespo, senior, now in the backfield for the quarterback position tonight.
Hands it out to Carter. Carter's got room, still going. Slides off another man. Another drive will be 1 play, 6 points. Gloucester Catholic lets up another one.
I mean, that's just a crazy play here by Sterling, just handing it right up the middle of the field. And there's nothing much they're going to do there with number 8 running the ball at you. He's got the power, he's got the speed. He's going to get down there. As you can see here in a minute when we get the replay, he just... Oh, wait. Not... Well, after this, the power he had, he's just pushing through defenders, getting all the way down to the end zone with another kick here from Sterling Knights.
I mean, we had seen another drive like that earlier in the game. In the first quarter, the first score of the game was Briley Sharp doing something very similar with the line just able to open up a huge gap for him. And this time it's not a gap. That one goes up 55-0. It was more of a elusive effort from Carter to get through a bit of a hodgepodge of defenders and blockers, but it still made it 6 points.
That was certainly a physical run right there for JoJo Carter. Had to run over a couple of Rams that were in the way and did a nice job of he kept the legs churning and did an excellent job of just shrugging one defender off after another to find his way into the end zone for 6. And now with 55 points here tonight, that is the most points that the Knights have scored all season. Again, we talked about it, 48, which they had at the half, was the amount they scored against Pittman on the 5th of September. And on the other side of things for Gloucester Catholic, that's the most amount of points they've allowed here in a game this season, the highest being their season opener against Morris Catholic back on September 6th. They allowed 49 points, now surpassing that number here as the Knights have put up 55. Truly an impressive effort.
I mean, it's just even the start of the second half. The third quarter just started and we're already up 55-0. They're just looking like they're having a fun game out there tonight for the Sterling Knights.
And this will be the first 5-0 start in a long time for Sterling. I'm not sure the exact year, but it might be a little over a decade since that has been reached by this program, and it's huge. You see a lot of whistles being blown at the kickoff. Penalty marker down.
Encroachment on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Re-kick.
Gonna get a re-kick here by Sterling because of an encroachment.
Very special teams foul. Haven't seen that tonight.
No, not very much.
Other than maybe, I think it might be one false start on a PAT attempt. Is the only other kicking-related penalty issue we've seen out of the Silver Knights. Second time of asking, it'll go. Shorter kick. Oh!
Looks like 2 players on their Gloucester side collided there. Looks like number 52 and maybe 17.
They collided after Jaden Davis ran right through number 17, being the quarterback, Mike Lazorka. We have a player down for the Rams.
I mean, it looks like they just knocked the wind out of him here.
Yeah, I think you're right, Gavin, but you don't see that every day. It's the next TV game, Friday, October 3rd. The Knights will take on the Collingswood Panthers at 6 p.m. here on Channel 19 and YouTube.com/Sterling TV 19. But something you don't see every day, a line drive kick. As we take a look now at the touchdown, a handoff, and look at Carter. A good hole there by the offensive line, but he has to run over a couple of these Gloucester Catholic defenders in front of him. Kept the legs churning, refused to go down, and his efforts paid off with 6. As the player there, John Rittinger, who had the wind knocked out of him by the looks of it, now up and off to the sideline for Gloucester Catholic.
I mean, this is a touchdown that I like to call this a Beastie Boys touchdown. He had to fight for his right to party right there. That was a lot of stuff to go through to make it to another 6 points, another celebration for JoJo Carter.
I mean, like I was saying, that was just a strong run up straight through the defenders. There was a lot of defenders on him there, and he just got through every one of them.
Sterling's next opponent's Collingswood, 2-2 on the year. They had beaten Team Clayton the first week, as we take a look at a run that gets some yards. A good game for Gloucester Catholic, but not a first down. And Collingswood has let up 48 points in both of their last 2 games. And I mean, we've seen that Sterling can get to that threshold and then some tonight. I'm interested to see how Collingswood holds up against some high-powered offense like Sterling has.
Yeah, it certainly should be. And then you mentioned Clayton, who will be the Knights matchup after they take on the Panthers. So Sterling with a couple of tougher games now here on the schedule. Again, coming into this one, a 4-0 team going against an 0-3 team. When you just compare the records, you could have kind of expected this outcome. But I don't think that anybody expected the Knights to go on this much of a scoring rampage here tonight.
2nd and 7. Another handoff. This one should be a first down for the Rams.
I mean, that looks like the most rushing yards they got off one play tonight.
I mean, if we take a look, it's the biggest gap they've had all night to run through. It's uncharacteristic for Sterling defense to let that up, but to my understanding, they're letting some people get reps now going into the second half of the run clock.
Yeah, and for Gloucester Catholic, again, a huge deficit for them on the scoreboard. You have to try and take some of these small victories now as we get deeper into this game. A big run like that is definitely a positive, and now trying to maybe move the sticks here on a 3rd and short, try and get a couple of nice drives in succession, and they could be building some confidence, even though down big here, building some confidence for next week.
Snap. Hands this one off, looking for 1 yard, and they'll get it out of Birdsong. Uriah Birdsong gets the first and a little more. Their first down, the 2nd or 3rd first down of the game.
Yeah, the offense has been few and far between for Gloucester Catholic. They got it to Birdsong. All he needed was 1 yard. He got that and then some on a 3rd and short. And again, just moving the sticks here and trying to get a drive going with a couple of nice plays in succession would be huge for Gloucester Catholic just to get a sliver of confidence being down big.
Back in 1975,
the 44-yard line now, just past midfield. Gloucester Catholic looking for their first points on the game,
sold over 1 million units,
which early in the game would have been huge to tie it up, is now, like we had mentioned, another small victory they need to get as we're a little over halfway through the 3rd quarter. Another run from Uriah Birdsong. He trips a bit. Maybe gains a couple off of what could have been a 5 or 6 yard run.
Could argue the turf monster got him there as he just trips up. Good handoff there to Birdsong. It looked like he didn't have many blockers in front of him, but he still would have been able to get a sizable gain, especially compared to what Gloucester Catholic was able to do in the first half, but he just trips up,
no gain on the play,
stumbles over his own footing. And again, the turf monster comes out when you least expect him to, and he got Birdsong right there. Still a solid gain, though, on first down for an offense in Gloucester Catholic that struggled here to this point.
That was Casper with a shoelace tackle. That's what that was. It was something you don't want to see. 2nd and 10. Still searching for their first points on the game. Low snap. Handoff. Has a little bit of room to run. Gets whipped back around. Stripped! It looks like the ball will be in the hands of one Josh Hernandez.
Number 5, Josh Hernandez.
Lovely stuff from Sterling.
It'll be Knights ball.
I mean, that's just a great strip ball here. He just takes that right out of the running back's hands, Birdsong, and he doesn't get very far, but it's far enough for this offense to really put something on.
Well, you look at what Sterling's able to do there. They've got contain around the outside, so the ball carrier has nowhere to go but up the middle, and Hernandez meets him, and he says, I'm going to take this for myself and run with it some the other way, able to strip the ball away from the ball carrier there for Gloucester Catholic, gets a couple extra yards of his own, and sets the Knights up right around the 50-yard line or even into their own offensive territory.
Now Sterling at about midfield, looking to keep piling on their already enormous lead. Crespo's still in. Handoff, only gets maybe a yard on that one. Sterling, it's the most they've scored in a game since 2001 when they scored 73 in a game against Lindenwold. I mean, based on how it's trending, they could exceed that throughout this one. They've been on it the whole time.
They certainly could, and you'd have to expect the ball's going to stay on the ground to try and burn clock, as now the clock is stopped with a ram down on the field.
That'll be Lucas Woodring. Pardon us. It's a bit of a mishap on the facts. Instead of 2001, it's 2 decades later. 2021, where we hung 73 over Lindenwold. I think that was here at the castle. I think I remember that one. I was in the 8th grade for that one.
Certainly what feels like a long time ago, just a couple years ago, but the Knights in this one, they're going to be handing the ball off, but the run game in between the tackles has been superb here tonight. Could see them add a couple more.
Crespo again with the handoff. Trying to find some room. It's Daniel Sears, the junior. Can't get much of anywhere on that one. Now with a 3rd and long situation, we might see the ball go in the air with the lefty Antonio Crespo under center.
You could see it go in the air, and if the score was a little bit different, I would agree with you, but I think that you're up so big on the scoreboard, you just really want to try and get out of here with a win and keep everybody healthy. The worst thing you could do is try and throw a ball down the field. Somebody gets banged up on a jump ball. Just by handing it off, you know the clock is going to continue to run here on 3rd and long. Already with a big lead. Don't want to try and risk anything and potentially turn it over with an interception.
Sears still in the backfield. Crespo will look to throw. Finds some room, gonna take it himself. Has a block from Sears. Still going is Crespo. Another juke. Gets down to about the 32. A lovely gain and a 1st down.
Looked like the ball popped out at the end, but how about Crespo? He steps up in the pocket, shows good poise there, tucks it and runs, and he's got blue jerseys in front of him to block, but the ball comes out, and we're going to have to see who falls on top of it.
Looks like Gloucester.
Gloucester has that.
It'll be 1st and 10.
John Rittinger dropped on it.
So a really, really good run, but an unfortunate end there for Crespo and the Knights to turn it over. But a positive sign there for the Rams is now they get the ball back, still deep in their own territory, but a chance to try and put up their first points of tonight.
Saw just a couple moments ago, Mama League's talking with our own Mr. Rob Strauss. Been in the booth for Camden Mastery game a couple weeks back. And now Gloucester Catholic with a minute to go in the 3rd. Looking to give themselves some good positioning heading into the final 12 minutes. That goes, trying to find someone deep. Instead, finds the 42-yard hash mark.
2nd down.
38-yard hash mark. It's 2nd and 10.
Down big here on the scoreboard. Why not take a shot deep? You really don't have much to lose if you turn it over. At this point, you have to be looking to try and take some risks that'll hopefully pay off if you're Gloucester Catholic. I like the idea from the head coach and the offensive coordinator and even the quarterback in Mike Lazorka to try and go deep there to the wide receiver. Unfortunately, just a little too shallow, and he's unable to connect on 1st down.
Seems like we're going to run down here on the 3rd quarter as you get a view of the Philly skyline. After the 3rd quarter, it is 55-0 Sterling Knights as we come back to you for the 4th quarter in just a few.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter.
Do you want these? You definitely want these, right? I really think you want these cookies.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
No. No. No.
Or Sterling up 55-0. The running clock definitely halted some of the momentum for Sterling. Only a score out of that 3rd quarter of play. But still Gloucester Catholic not able to get much out of it. Playing time they have, but they ended with a fumble. And they have some momentum to work with, some room to work with. 2nd and 10 rolls around, and the 4th quarter starts back up. Another deep ball. Intercepted. Lovely drop down. And number 80. Don't have his name, but we've got his number, and he's got QB's number right there. Drops on it. Looks like a dig in volleyball, that one.
I mean, he really just read that ball perfectly. He got the great dive on that. He's coming down with that almost every time. As you can see it here once more, the QB just kind of hucks one up there trying to hope for something, and number 80 just comes in sliding and is like, that ball is mine.
Anthony Polidoro was not going to get that one if he wanted to.
No.
Not quite there.
That thing was almost at his feet. The QB was just trying to huck something up there, try to hope and prayer. There's not that much he could do there with number 80 coming down the field.
Sterling with, I think, now this is their 4th turnover that they've gotten away from the Rams. They've only had maybe 1 or 2 themselves. And they line up on the 42, just past midfield, trying to keep piling on to what could be a historic lead if they get luck on their side. A run from Sears goes nowhere. Move to 2nd down.
I mean, that was great pressure there by Gloucester Catholic. There wasn't much the Sterling Knights could do on this run drive. If you see right here, the Gloucester Catholic number 4 just got right around, and then he got stuffed by number 52. And can't see the other number, but
John
Rittinger, and we couldn't see the other number, but he just got stuffed there, and there wasn't much he could do on that run play.
How are we doing tonight, boys?
We're doing good.
We're doing pretty good.
Awesome game for Sterling.
Doing a good job. 2nd and 10. Crespo gets the snap. Drops the snap. Land on it. It'll be 3rd down now.
I mean, there's nothing much he can do right there when the ball just slips from his hand. He just kind of has to lay on that one, take the loss of yards, and just keep the football.
Might have hit Sears in the side there instead of the handoff.
Yeah. It's going to be 3rd and 10. If you watch it here again. Yeah, kind of looks like Sears tries to take it away, and it just gets away from Crespo. He just has to lay on it there.
Almost looked like they were a little far apart. They kind of had to reach.
See it. On the bench, there's an ambulance. Not sure for who, but it looks like it's on the Gloucester Catholic side. 3rd and 16 situation. A little behind midfield now. Crespo,
Flag on the play.
On the play.
It's like a false start, maybe.
False start, offense, 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Now 3rd and 21 the situation. Our ref, Ben Henderson.
It's good to see the younger guys get in the game.
Yeah.
Get some reps in. Have some opportunities to make some plays in front of the varsity coaches.
I mean, we've already seen it, number 80. We don't even have him on our roster, but we know he's done something right.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great job of finding the ball and being the receiver to the ball.
See now 3rd and 21 the situation. Crespo still looking to throw. The lefty sends one deep.
Dude, you got a shot. I like it.
Jaden Williams wasn't quite there for that one.
Looked like an all-go play. All the receivers go down the field, and then Crespo's just picking out his favorite guy and giving him a chance to make a play.
I mean, it was just a great deep ball here. As you can see, the band and cheerleaders doing the crocodile, the most probably famous dance around here at Sterling. It brings along everyone, the cheerleaders, the band. It gets the fans involved. It's all fun games around here. When you're winning like this, having fun, doing this dance while listening to the band play their music.
Yeah, shout out to the band. They've always done a nice job hyping up the crowd, getting the team ready on the field with the national anthem, all that type of stuff. They do a great job at.
Sterling, that's their first of the half.
Looks like they had 12 guys on the field there. I think that's why they called the timeout.
The band, the seniors of the band acknowledged this senior night. This is the environment you want when you're at a high school. I mean, you want high energy. You want obviously your team winning, which we've seen even week at the Castle. But it's always a good time, especially when it gets to the 4th quarter. You know this is coming up. It's like our 7th inning stretch almost.
I mean, the Sterling Knights are even so kind, even just to show that they have even the Gloucester Catholic cheerleaders out there dancing with them. They're just having fun and getting this game done as we're in the 4th quarter with 7:33 left to go. Sterling Knights up 55, Gloucester Catholic 0.
The lovely rising drone showing us the atmosphere of the Friday Night Lights.
Got a shot of the production truck down there too. Mr. K doing an excellent job as always, and the entire camera crew as well.
As we got a running clock here now, there's a score of 55-0.
Might be Sterling's first punt of the game.
The different punter in looks like number 7, Nolan Giles.
Can't advance it.
He'll grab the ball.
Can't advance it.
Chase Beragowski thought.
But there's whistles on the play.
You can't advance the ball. I'm assuming he thought someone might have touched it from the Catholic side.
You could definitely, obviously, Catholic's returner touched the ball, muffed it, and Chase was able to pick it up. But as the kicking team there, you can only pick it up and recover it.
The
You
ruling
can't
on the
actually
field is
advance
that
it.
the kick was muffed by the receiving team, recovered by the kicking team. By rule, the ball is dead at the spot of the recovery. First down.
Good awareness by Chase Beragowski there.
I mean, it really was.
To be able to find the ball. It's tough when you're running down the field. The ball's behind you, over your head. You don't really know where it's going. It was a good job by him finding the ball, finding where the target receiver was, or the receiver of the kick was, and being able to make a play, give us the ball right back.
Such good initiative on this Sterling team on both sides to make the play yours. And that's just another example of Beragowski there.
No doubt. That's what you want on your football team. You want 11 guys on the field, every single one trying to make a play.
Because you can see a beautiful drone shot here of the Sterling turf, which just got added a few years back, I may say. Looks beautiful as ever with all the lines from soccer to field hockey and, well, we know, the football lines. We got number 10 quarterback in, Alan Chambry, who is a junior.
Sears still in there on the run, gets a couple. I'm glad, especially at the quarterback position where it's so important, everyone's getting the reps. And a junior getting the reps is the most important, at least in my eyes, because he needs to get some experience going into his senior season where he's going to be entrusted with a lot more responsibility for the Sterling side.
And you said it, Max, getting that experience, getting that varsity level experience is something you can't imitate in practice. You can't imitate during the JV or the freshman games. It's very unique to this atmosphere and the fans and being able to go out there and try to make some plays.
2nd and 8. Gloucester Catholic needs to keep getting these stops. About 5 minutes to go in the game. Another handoff to Sears. He gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Number 52, John Riddinger, my bad, sorry.
If we take a look at it one more time, it's just he has nowhere to go.
Yeah, nowhere. I mean, he got right through that offensive line and just took him right down there. There was nowhere he was going.
Sears will come off. Good play.
I don't know if you guys are up to date at all, but Sosa has homered.
Sosa's been playing great.
I was at the game the other night where he had 3.
And Schwarber had 1. Didn't Stott also have 1 that game?
Stott had 1. Schwarber had 2.
Ooh.
Bohm had 1 as well, and Otto Kemp also had 1. It was actually a record for the Phils.
Love Otto Kemp. Great guy.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, he crushed it. Left center field.
Snap here.
Sends a long ball.
And just
drops down.
Yeah. Thrown up to number 80. Looked to be. As you can see here, they got out of the pocket. Getting rushed, he just kind of had to heave one up there, try to get it somewhere.
With the win tonight, which they should get unless some miraculous happens within 3 minutes, they will be 5-0. Our last 5-0 start for the Sterling Silver Knights, 1993.
Ooh.
They won their first 7 games on the schedule that year, and that's something Sterling could match if they're able to overcome the Panthers and Clayton in the next coming games here at the Cast.
I mean, 1993, I wasn't even a thought. My parents were probably still in high school at the time, maybe even middle school.
I wasn't even a thought either.
No.
I was going to say, my dad,
how old are you guys?
I'm 17 right now.
I'm 16. I'm going to turn 17 this year.
Okay. Well, I'm 5 and 6 years older than you guys.
Yeah.
So, and I wasn't even, not even thought of. My parents weren't even married
My dad
at
was
that
in the
point.
5th grade. He was 11 years old. Maybe he was 10. Be that as it may, he didn't graduate until 2000, so it still took him a while to think about graduating and then think about me in the slightest. So it's a huge gap. And for Sterling as a program to be closer and closer to matching a milestone like that, getting 7 wins without taking anything in that loss column, it's huge, especially after the last few seasons they've had.
Yeah, I mean, it's historic for the program. It's got to feel good for the players out there, and as well as the coaches.
See pressure coming in, a dump off. Once again, Uriah trying to find some room. Still on his feet, Uriah Birdsong is taken down. Ball comes out, though.
Go.
So number 27, he has room. Still going. Down around the 13. Sterling again.
I mean, that was just a great strip there by number 27. There was a great pickup there by number 27. Number 1 for the Gloucester Catholic, Birdsong has been doing everything for them. I mean, it was just a great tackle, and then you got the guys on your D-line or you got the guys in your backfield just putting pressure on their offensive line or offensive guys to get the extra yards for your Sterling Knights down at about the 13.
Got a minute of play to go, and as we see here, Uriah Birdsong, I mean, he had a nice run before he got stripped of the ball. He looked like he could have had a lot more yards had he not he wrapped it up, and it's just his arm getting dragged back. It's not something that happens to him often. It's his first drop like that of the game, and that's the 5th turnover from what I've counted.
Timeout, Sterling. That's their second timeout of the half.
Other than the fumble, it was a nice play. Made a couple nice cuts, got past some defenders, but he's got to hold that ball high and tight, and our Sterling defense was able to take advantage of the looseness he had holding the ball.
Sterling taking these timeouts, I think they won 60. If we take a look at the next few football games, for Sterling, we mentioned Collinswood next week at home, and then Clayton after, and then another away game, only our 2nd of the season, will come as our 8th game of the season against the Lindenwold Lions, a team that we mentioned earlier, 2021 is our highest scoring achievement, 73 against them. Take a look at the Royal standings. Coming into the night, Sterling still remained on top at 4-0 overall, 3-0 in the division. Clayton also 3-0 in the division, 3-1 overall. Pittman just underneath. Then in 2 weeks, I mean, Clayton and Sterling, we already saw a battle for the top of the division just last week with Gateway for Sterling. Now they face another hurdle the exact same size when they come to Clayton. And it'll be difficult. They have to overcome the Panthers first.
I mean, that should be a fun game to watch and to commentate here. For Sterling, it's going to be a home game, which should be always fun with the crowd and the band and the cheerleaders.
The pom-poms went flying.
You can see the pom-poms go flying with a looks like jet sweep here.
Doesn't quite go their way. Maybe a gain of a yard.
Looks like they might just let the clock dim down now with around
seems like that might be what
35 left.
Here.
Yeah.
Another update on the Phils. I'll knock on wood as I say this, but Nola is perfect through 5.
Ooh.
Let's keep it going. Especially going into the playoffs, get them red hot.
We saw it last year with, sadly, the Mets. You got hot at the right time, you got a good run. That's what we want.
Looks like they might take one more snap here, maybe, with 15 seconds lying down.
Might try to get one touchdown.
Just get a run. Nothing happening here.
Chris Nylander in the game.
Yep.
Sebastian.
I go way back with him.
So it seems like... Oh, you go.
My apologies.
You're okay. Don't worry.
Take down Gloucester Catholic 55-0 in what was a ravaging Rams. We'll be having a feast tonight in the locker room. Successful senior night. The Sterling Silver Knights win 55-0. 5-0 on the season. We'll be back next Friday with even more football against the Collinswood Panthers in a week's time. Have an amazing night. Have an amazing weekend coming up. And as always,
go Knights.
Next week here at the Castle, where the Knights will take on Collinswood.